You just saw the graphics, so you know it is time for Kids Under Construction with parenting journalist and author Donna Tatro. She's joining us from Los Angeles via Zoom, and today we have a very special guest and friend of Donna's, educational psychologist and child author, Dr. Michelle Borda. So thanks so much to both of you for being here with us. On Monday, we talked about Thrivers and Dr. Borda's book, Thrivers, the surprising reason why some kids struggle and others shine. So, Doctor, let's start with you. You've worked with kids for a very long time and say that you've never been more worried than now about our current generation. So why is that, and why did you decide to write this book?
Well, first of all, congratulations. We are raising the smartest generation on record. They're clearly loved, but the problem is we already knew prior to the pandemic that 1 in 5 was suffering from a mental health disorder. As a result, our kids are ill-prepared to handle what now became adversity, and it's why we need to kind of reset our parenting so we can really do help our kids thrive.
Okay, we'll talk about this book and why you decided you needed to put all this out there.
Well, what I began to do is realize that science is on our side, that Thrivers are made, not born. It's not a matter of IQ, it's teachable. So I started to comb all of the research on science. It's absolutely amazing, Emily. We discovered that longitudinal studies forever say real Thrivers are really comprised of skills, a skill set, not knowledge, but a different skill set. It's teachable. And what I do in Thrivers is each chapter is one of those critical 7 most essential skill sets that are going to help our kids handle now and later.
So, Dr. Borda, how do you define a thriver? I mean, what makes a kid a thriver, and what are those 7 characteristics that set them apart?
There are 7. Number 1 is confidence. It's a kid who thinks who, not what. He understands who he is. He's got a strong knowledge of his own awareness of his strengths. Second is empathy. Empathetic kids think we, not me. As a result, they're really more likely to connect with others, and connection, Emily, plays a huge role in our children's health and well-being. They're so lonely right now due to the pandemic. Third is self-control. A thriver is able to put the brakes on their impulses, and they've got some skills that help them keep that stress down. Then comes integrity, so they have a strong moral code that when push comes to shove, they know what they stand for. Curiosity, that's number 5. Believe it or not, they're more open and accepting to ideas and possibilities. So they don't give up, they figure out a problem around it. 6 is the perseverance. They keep on going without the gold stars. They keep truncating through. But 7, I think, is probably what we're all really aiming for. And that's a child who's more optimistic and hopeful about life. Every one of those is teachable. And that's the best part about the news about Thrivers. We can do this.
And how can busy parents really adopt everything that you're talking about in the book? I mean, this is hard. How do you nurture this?
We nurture it by just being intentional. The first thing is, once we realize that this thing is teachable, that we can make a difference on how our children are more resilient, the first thing is we go to understanding who our children are. Maybe during the next week, watch your child with an index card in front of you and figure out what he gravitates towards, what he's more interested in. And there becomes your new parenting plan. The second thing I'd say is let's help our children learn to manage stress. If we can do anything during this pandemic is watch each child and help them learn what their stress signs are before the meltdown or the irritability. And it could be that some kids, they hold their hands in a little fist, or other kids, they start to grind their teeth. That's a wonderful thing to be able to say, have you noticed that right before you get that into that meltdown, or right before you get really irritable, this is what you already do? When they know their stress signs, it gives them control. And now what you can do is teach them what to do instead. The fastest thing Navy SEALs told me is you take a 1-2 breath. It's a slow breath. The minute that stress builds, like you're riding up an escalator, hold it and slowly let it out. If you practice that, a 1-2 breath, so the exhale is twice as long as the inhale, you get the fastest way to relax. And you just keep doing that in your home. What you'll actually do is create a new habit that your kids can do without you.
Oh, I love that. A 1-2 breath. I'm going to take that home with me tonight. Dr. Borda, thanks so much for joining us. Donna,
you're welcome.
You've got so many great connections. We appreciate you bringing this friend on as well. So thank you so much for your time too.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Okay, you two, thank you very much. Of course, Kids Under Construction, you got to hear more about Donna and her team of experts, and she really brings together such great information. You can find her podcast on our website, abc4.com, and more information waiting for you right there. Thanks so much.